Tarot, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. So we're just going to see what comes up for you. Play it by ear, see what's going on. Woo. Imagine shuffling the instruction book. Alright, I'm using the Fairy Tale Tarot, if you care. All the tarot card decks that I use are in the description. And so, yeah, this is the Fairy Tarot. This is what the box looks like. It's my first tarot card deck. Thought I'd give it a go. And let's see what comes up for you this week. Alright, what incarnation do them Pisces need to know about this week? What's going on? Alright, so we have the King of Leaves. And the King of Leaves is giving us that, might have some rough situations with the superiors, the bosses, with the governing bodies, legal authorities. Might have a little crackdown or something that gives you a double take, like right. So keep an eye on that. That's not cute. That's not a cute way to start your reading. Then we have the Knight of Leaves. Oh God, we're going. So this is a swords. We're in the swords territory. Okay. So the Knight of Leaves is giving us obviously the Knight of Swords. So be careful not to be too reactive this week, because if we're not making executive decisions and embodying the King of Swords energy ourselves, we're dealing with a tough cookie, and we're dealing with more than one tough cookie. Maybe a father-son situation. Maybe just people who have authority and they're able, and you just don't want to tickle their fancies so that they exert control or power or like use that sword, and you're like, oh dear, I should have watched my step. All right, and then we have the Six of Acorns, and that gives us a little bit of a victory. Okay, now we understand why someone's breathing down our necks and observing us and like no nonsense about it. Maybe these people are watching you because you're an eligible candidate for an opportunity, and now that we have victory in our hands, listen, it's you that is right. You are the one that's like, hey, I have to show discipline for this time. And I'm going, oh my God, that's so scary. Like, no, you know what you're doing. You need to be impressive to the right people, the people with authority, and the people who consult with those people. And you will see your results. I think that you already know what it is you've been putting in your extra effort for, or been tightening up on the professionalism or image. And even though these cards are in reverse, it might be a discriminating eye, but hey, we see victory. So hey, this is some victory up in here, and I'm happy about it. So good news for you guys. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. So some of you guys going back to your chamber and being a recluse. But also, I think that what works for you guys in this situation is being observational, watching people, being aware of their body language, the tone of the room, understanding the situation before you start to insert your own information. When you join a conversation halfway in and you start going, well, I think. It's like, dude, wait until you hear what people are talking about and what has already been discussed, kind of, and like get a sense, read the room. So I think that that'll be a helpful thing for you, especially this card is in reverse, so it needs a little more attention to observation and maybe, not participating so much as watching what's going on. And I'm not saying keep tight-lipped, keep tight-lipped, but I'm saying, keep a little tight-lipped. Like, don't be too mute, but watch what's happening. Then we have, who is this? The Ace of Corns. We got them Aces of Corns taking a new initiative, new action. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, some of you guys are really doing this thing on your own, where you're trying a new success strategy. So maybe before you've been doing whatever, and now you're deciding to put in some discipline and structure to impress people who are of discipline and structure. The Swords, the King, and the Knight. They're about, executing plans. But usually, okay, so when these cards are in reverse, it's a little bit more manipulative. It's a little bit more vindictive with their intentions. But I feel like those people, if they're that part of like some sort of power, like you wanting to get a promotion, get hired, maybe you just have to deal with them for a temporary time. Maybe it's like a level in a video game. Like you just have to deal with that hard boss. And then once you beat them, or once you get what you need, you're out of there. You never have to see them again. You just stomp on their head, and then they flatten, and then the princess comes out, and everything's cool. But I feel like it just represents an obstacle or something that you have to achieve that is a little bit challenging. Like, for example, this could even mean somebody inspecting your home so that you can get a cat, adopt a cat or a pet. Like, just like dealing with the no nonsense, no talking your way, no excuses, dealing with some serious, concrete, intellectual matters, and then moving forward and success. And I feel like that is just by mirroring the discipline, right? And then them acorns, it's like you have the energy to do that this week. Like, you are going to take action. You're not going to take initiative based on the results of how this goes. You're going to be like, yeah, I did it. That's what happens when you lock it down and you put down the Krispy Kremes and you sit in there and you're like, I'm going to have lettuce. I'm going to have lettuce and I'm going to do that for 30 days. And I don't need willpower because I'm just going to do it. That's the Ace of Coins. Let me just do it. All right? We got fire, we got swords. You could be dealing with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Heck, even a Virgo. But yeah, your week's looking quite interesting on the tighten up. But you know what it looks like? Every Monday, everyone's like, okay, let me hit the gym. Ooh, I went nuts on them pizzas. Let me start on Monday. I'll get in the gym, start the salad. Everybody kind of feels that way, right? But yeah. So there it is. That is your reading for the week, Pisces. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, share the video. And if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description. There's a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.